Before we leave the subject of comparers, I just want to make sure we understand the difference between IComparerT and IComparableT. IComparableT is an interface that's usually implemented on the type T itself. So for example, earlier in the course when we had the calorie count struct implement IComparableCalorie this amounted to calorie counts declaring that there is a natural way of comparing calorie count instances, and therefore calorie count itself knows how to do that comparison. By contrast, IComparerT is something that you implement on a different type. It will not normally be implemented by T. Thus we implemented FoodNameComparer as a type that implements IComparer of food. FoodNameComparer obviously isn't itself a food, it's simply a type that declares it knows how to compare foods using some criteria. And because FoodNameComparer isn't a food, that means we can plug it in as required whenever we need to compare foods by name. If in our code we decided that we didn't want to sort the foods by name, we wanted to sort them, say, by their food group, then all we need to do is write another comparer and have our new comparer sort food instances by the new criteria. This ability to plug in different comparisons as required is very powerful. It's also arguably a brilliant example of applying the single responsibility principle in coding. The FoodNameComparer is a type that can do one thing: compare food instances. Having this class that has just one responsibility usually makes for much more maintainable code than if we'd tried to somehow attach this ability to compare foods to the food type itself, or to some other existing class, creating a class that has multiple responsibilities.